Good evening, everybody. Welcome to a special Star Wars CCG Players Committee special event. I am, as always, Dan Sartaglion, also known as D-Star Type 1. Joining me tonight is Mr. one of the illustrious members of our Hall of Fame, Mr. Chris Gogolin. How you doing tonight, Chris?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for having me. I'm glad I was able to jump in and handle this. And I know people are used to seeing you pair with Garrett, so I'm sorry I don't have quite the beard that he does, but
No, but I mean, you're making up for it in other ways.
there you go.
Like, so tonight we have our 2025 OCS bracket reveal. We have 16 members of the community who have made the bracket essentially into the top 16. Tonight, each player has selected gone through, each of them has determined who they want to face. So, like, for instance, we have as our number one seed, it's already been announced. He's done this before. He's won it many a times. Matt Harrison Trainers are our number one seed. So he gets to pick one player out of the rest of the 15 to select as his first round matchup. And we go on then. So the 16 players are, again, Matt Harrison Trainer is our number one seed. Our number two seed is Brad Kipple. Three is Sam Tashima. Four seed is Timo Dusel. Five is Casey. Uh, Casey, you have been. You know what, Casey? I know you're in the chat right now. I'm officially making you. You are the Ichiro of Star Wars CCG. You have one name. Your name is Casey. Pat Johnson is our number six seed, followed by Kyle Kruger. Eight seed Ryan Jelson. Nine seed Greg Shaw. 10 seed is Jeff Levine. Our 11 seed is Anthony Howard. 12 is Jared Konsker. 13, Connor Britton. 14, I cannot remember his name. It's Blackfire.
Hmm.
I know somebody in the chat. Please tell me what I forget his name. I do know that he is a European player. Him and I.
That's not that's not Thomas. That's or Casper. Is that?
No. Um,
Hang on, I'll go to the forums. I know it's there.
and I'm gonna kick myself when I hear it because I know
Did I not put it on? Patrick.
Patrick.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you,
Patrick
Tommy.
Patrick
Thank you,
Zappi.
Tommy.
Yeah.
Yeah, really nice guy. First OCS for him, so big congrats there. And then our 15 seed, some guy named Joe Olson, followed by Justin Desai. I don't know who
Yep.
those guys are. But so why don't we go ahead? Right now we have a bracket set up. However, what we're going to do is the first thing is we're going to actually reveal who each player is picking. So we're going to go in a order. Obviously, Matt Harrison Trainer is going to have our first overall pick, and then we'll go on down the line from there. The rules are if you have been selected. So say if Matt goes with Brad Kipple right off the bat, then Sam will have his choice of whoever he wants, and so forth. So, are you ready, Chris?
Yeah, I think we can get this show on the road, and I'm sure people are excited to find out what some of these matchups are going to be. All of them will be streamed as much as possible. We've asked the
Yes.
participants to give us at least 24 hours, if not at least 48 hours notice, so we
Yes.
can announce their games, put them on, the times on the website, the forums, and then find people who are available to do coverage. Also, please be mindful of that and try not to schedule your game at the exact same time as someone else's announced match. And we'll try to do the best we can. If we have to go to replays, we will.
Mm-hmm.
But all of the games, everyone will have the same information, the same availability to watch the streams. Maybe not the same announcers, of course, but
Yeah.
uh, yeah.
So, right off the bat, Matt Harrison Trainer has decided to go with Stubbly, Mr. Connor Britton. So, Connor will be facing off against Matt Harrison Trainer. So, Connor will now be essentially on the bracket. He'll be the 16th seed, but we'll have the bracket. We're actually going to be randomizing this bracket after the selections have been set, so that way Matt will not be playing off against the 8-9 seed in the second round. He'll just be paying off against a randomized opponent. So again, Matt Harrison Trainer will be playing off against Connor Britton. And
All right.
next up, Brad Kipple. Brad again has selected to face off against Patrick in the first round. So Patrick is Brad's selection. So let's actually talk about our first round matchup. So Matt Harrison Trainer versus Connor Britton. Both of them, they both played into the OCS before. Matt has won it. How do you feel about this matchup?
Connor's made some deep runs. He's a quality player, but he's got some small children now, so his online playing time is certainly less than it once was at one point. Like this month, like he only played 3 months, I think, in the OCS this year. He played 38 games total out of a possible 72, so just slightly more than half. And barely played the last 2 or 3 months. So I mean, I'm sure going to be trying to get some practice games in. Could be using an alt the whole time. We don't know. And he's fully up to date, but you'd have to imagine he's got a little bit more rust, not 100% sharp on the meta. He'll be trying to catch up and get up to speed, which is always something you have to do. And when you're taking on an opponent like MHT, who was just top 8 at Worlds, won the Gem PC,
Yep.
has won this event previously, you have to be. You can't make any mistakes. If you make even the slightest little mistake against him, it could be enough to change the matchup in the game. So, good luck to both players, and there should be exciting matchups for sure.
Definitely. So then moving on, our number 2 seed, it is going to be Brad Kipple versus Patrick, not Pat Johnson. Patrick, are one of our European friends. This is his first OCS. However, he has done really well over in Europe. I believe he's took down the European regional over there, and then on top of that, last year at Worlds he made the top 8. So, and I want to say he was like one of the top 4 seeds to make it in. So, but I could be wrong about that. But yeah, Patrick is a really good player over there in Europe. So it's really going to be interesting to see Brad. Brad, everybody knows he plays all the formats. He plays retro, sealed, everything, and he's just a really well-rounded player. So I definitely think that but at the same time, I feel like Brad is one of those players you kind of know what he likes to play.
Brad does have more specific, or at least a very specific play style that I think you can, gauge for a little bit that might help Patrick. Patrick's been a little less predictable, shall we say. Now, of course, if you do the clearly I cannot choose the glass of wine in front of me, if Brad knows that Patrick's likely to put him on 2 or 3 decks and he throws him a complete curveball and plays something unexpected, all of Patrick's meta cards could be wasted and useless. So there's always some jockeying for position mental games that go into these kind of match play scenarios.
Okay.
But Patrick only played 30 games, I think, in the OCS this year. So, not as active again as some of the other players, and it would make sense that he is an earlier round pick because of that. Just not as much experience and not as many games played as some of the other players.
And the other thing is, on top of that, like, you also have to assume, like, Patrick, being that he's European, I believe Brad is on the East Coast. So I know time zones can come into play, especially with our European players. So that could also be part of the reason why Brad decided to go with Patrick. But I do agree with you that Patrick definitely, it feels like Patrick could be, being that this is his first OCS,
Right.
this could be one of his an earlier pick. But moving on down the line, we have your teammate, a gentleman who has made top 8s. It seems like it's almost on a regular basis at this point. Sam Tashima with our number 3 slot. So
Sam's had a good 2-year run. He's really hoping to make a run for this and get that final Outrider Cup slot.
And moving on, Sam has decided he wants to face off against Mr. Jared Konsker, our 12 seed. So Jared will be moved down onto the 14th essentially, and it will be Sam versus Jared. What do you think?
Yeah, Jared's another one who didn't play all of his games. He took a month or two off kind of in the middle there. He qualified early, so then kind of, just went into coast mode the last 2 or 3 months. I don't think he had the best showing at Worlds. So again, if he's on a bit of a cold streak, that could be why Sam's looking to try and take advantage of that
Mm-hmm.
with the first round selection.
And he is a teammate of Chris Kelly's. I know that they like to play a lot, so you got to assume that like Hitco is going to be on the table as well. So Sam could be very ready for that.
It's not Jared's play style. That's not
You never know. You never know.
anything
So
is possible, I guess.
yeah. So moving on down the line, we have Mr. Timo Duso. Timo, who has done really well in the OCS before. He's won a lot of the retro events recently, but
Hmm.
he will go. He will face off against the number 7 seed, Kyle Kruger.
Okay. Now that's going to be interesting. See, that's an interesting thing just because of the time zone factor, like you were just talking about. You've got Europe playing West Coast USA. However, the times that are probably going to be good for Timo, Kyle's usually awake at like 5 a.m.
Yeah, that's
So
a good point.
that
Like,
may actually match up appropriately in the for those two for that pairing. But should be another good matchup. Kyle, part of a very good team, has kind of a bit of a swinginess to his game
he
sometimes,
does.
where he'll be super hot and he'll go 11-1, and then the next month he'll be like 5-7. So, um, just kind of tries a lot of different things, and you never know where he's going to come from. So
You don't. But
that could be a little interesting there.
and we've established with Timo that he does like to play a certain kind of style of the deck. So and it can be a little bit predictable, but at the same time,
Mhm.
he knows what he wants to play and he plays it really well.
Sometimes that's the thing too. You're right. Yeah, you've got someone pegged down to they can only use these two or three decks. But if they've
Hmm.
been playing it for 2 or 3 years, they know how every deck matches up against that and what to do. And especially in match play, where you're trying to sometimes just keep the differential low and win the other side, that can be good enough.
Okay, so now we move on to Mr. Casey. Casey, our number 5 seed. He is in the chat. He actually said he was going to take Kyle there at number 5. Unfortunately, Timo decided to go with his pick. So, Casey, who would you like to select to be your first round opponent? And he's going to take Mr. Anthony Michael Howard as his first round opponent. So, Batmouse will be facing off against Casey in the first round.
There
Uh,
you go.
I don't know how I feel about this. Like Casey is one of these players. He likes Hitco. He likes mains. He likes Hunt Down a lot. Batmouse kind of Batmouse likes his weirdness. Like I
Yes.
don't like if it's a deck that can play Droid Racks, Batmouse will play it. If it's a deck that can play uh, a Virgins of in the Force, Batmouse will play it. So this is going to be an interesting one. It's kind of like old school versus what the heck am I going up against here?
And Batmouse's decks a lot of times do stack up well against mains type decks because of that recursion
Hmm.
that you were just talking
Yeah.
about. So this could make for some interesting matchups. I will say this, not to knock anybody. Batmouse did have the lowest win percentage against the qualifiers. He was 6-20 for a 23% win rate.
Ooh.
So that would certainly. I expected him to get picked. I expected him to be one of the earlier picks because of that stat that EBT posted and gave us all the data on. So that certainly makes him an attractive pick to a lot of players. But the unpredictability, like you said, and you're sitting there every turn wondering what crazy card am I going to get hit
Hmm.
with now?
Yeah, and that's the funness. But at the same time, I mean, Batmouse has been known to actually move away from that. He's been known to play Hunt Down. He's been known
Mhm.
to play Yoda Communing. So he can play those decks, but this is going to be one I'm actually interested in.
Yeah, it's another good matchup.
It's
Should
a
make for some
very good
interesting
match. I mean,
streaming.
honestly all these matchups I feel like are going to be a really good matchup. It's just going to
Well,
become so.
yeah, I mean, they're the top 16 players in the tournament for a reason. They
Exactly.
they all played incredibly well at various points throughout the month or the year, or yeah, consistently throughout the year. So
So moving on down the line, we have our number 6 seed, and it's Pat Johnson. He has called out Mr. Jeff Levine, our number 9 seed. So it will be Pat versus Jeff. Pat, this is his first OCS. However, he just recently made his first top 8 at Worlds in
Yes, he
Seattle. He was playing a lot of Rescue the Princess, and it's funny because I feel like Pat and Jeff have very similar play styles.
did. Yeah, I can definitely see that, and they should match up well against each other. I would expect both their games. Well, I was going to say it would probably be real close between them, but actually, I think that both of them have the potential, the way that they play, to
Mm-hmm.
get one sort of like blowout win.
Agreed.
Um, with just a hey, here's like, oh yeah, by the way, I had the 5 cards I needed, and I'm putting them all down, and I win this battle by like 27, and you're like, okay, well, this was a fun matchup.
Yep.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
see either of them being too like grindy with their games.
No.
Maybe some type of trick here and there to get a big battle in or something, and get some overflow would be more of the style that I would expect from this type of matchup.
And we know that Jeff has done a lot, really well, especially into the top 8. He's won a couple of majors on his round
Yeah.
his belt. Pat has actually made himself. He's actually one of the more. If you notice, like in this year especially, he's done really well when it comes to the retro events. But he's also like one of those players who's been
Yeah.
around a while.
Yeah. Yeah, both Pat and Brad, I think, played a bunch of retro events this year, and we're in the top 8, top 4
Mm-hmm.
of those events. So simultaneously qualifying, like while participating in the Gem PC, also playing in the retro Gem PC at the same time, and making, you know, deep runs and that kind of stuff. So
Yeah. Okay, so moving on down to the line, we have our number 7 seed, Mr. Ryan Jelson. Ryan, a player who likes to play his own type of decks. He's been playing a lot of Throne Remains recently. I don't know what he's been, and he's also been playing a lot of IE.
yep,
Uh,
entanglements for sure.
Now, Ryan did submit a list of who he would like to see. Uh, Unfortunately, being that the players that he really wanted to see were already picked,
Uh-oh.
Ryan is going to be playing off against our
Hang
current
on.
world champ.
Is Ryan in the chat? Can we get Ryan for an updated list real quick? Ryan, are you here? Because otherwise,
Yeah, he is in the chat.
Get, if Ryan doesn't pick someone and we don't have a list to go off of,
We
he
do have a
gets-
list. We do have a list. He sent out one and put it in
Okay.
order. So it went
Okay.
down. So based on the list that Ryan submitted, Ryan will be playing off against Mr. Greg Shaw.
Okay. Because the rules do state that if you don't have a list or pick someone, you get the lowest remaining ranked player, which would then mean he'd be playing Justin.
Yes, yeah, but he did submit a list to Chris Schoenthal.
Okay.
It's
Perfect.
just that he did pick 4 other people ahead of Greg on
Sure.
the list. So
They were obviously all just taken in.
yes. So so Ryan Jelson against Greg Shaw. How do you feel about this? Especially being that Greg is our current world champ.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Greg's had a phenomenal year this year, winning the Morristown event, winning Worlds, uh, Hall of Fame last year or 2 years ago. So yeah, he's in a good spot. But again,
Ryan can do
catch
it. Yeah.
Ryan can catch you off guard with a lot of weird things. And even when you think like, oh, I've seen this deck before. Oh, he's gonna play this. He's playing IE. He's got speeders in it, and then he hits you with some weird interrupt from Endor that you forgot even existed. And then you're like, what does that card do? Like, oh, I was totally not expecting that. Oh,
No,
crap.
yeah.
There goes. Oh yeah, there goes this thing, and now yeah, these guys are lost. And like, oh, okay, well, this suddenly got a lot worse than I thought it was going to be a minute ago. So
I'm definitely looking forward to that one just because of that surprise factor. Like Greg is such a mechanically well-rounded player. He can
Mhm.
play anything. And I'm not just like I'm not saying that Ryan can't, but
Sure.
Ryan does like to play Ryan decks, whereas Greg will play decks he knows he can do really well with. But
Mhm.
then again, I mean, who would have predicted seeing Chopper in Rescue the Princess in Morristown?
yeah, I mean, 11:30 p.m. last minute edition for sure.
Yeah.
The thing with Ryan too, of course, is that even when you think you've seen Orion's deck list or you've played against it, oh yeah, here's the same IE deck I've played He played against him twice last month. Ryan has like multiple versions of all of his decks. So just when
Yeah,
you think you've seen,
that's
oh yeah, he's going to do this, and then here comes the home one package, and then you're like, oh no, there's no home one package. It's something totally different, and here's a wild card with 5 guys on it, and
yeah.
yeah. So uh,
And so
last but not least,
that means by default, our we have 2 Hall of Famers players left. Both are 3-time world champions, and they will be facing off in the first round of the 2025 OCS.
I think this is kind of becoming a bit of a pattern with them, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah, it's
That
going to be Joe Olson versus Justin Desai.
they both play 1 month, they both qualify, fair either early or Justin jumps in late at the end of the
Mm-hmm.
year and qualifies for 1 month, and then everyone just avoids them and they get stuck playing each other. I think this is probably what the third time this has happened. They've had to play each other in the first round,
Yeah, I
maybe
mean,
more.
you got to say though, it is kind of a sign of respect because they are such good players that you really might necessarily not want to play against them because they are so good.
Hmm.
But you got come on, guys. Somebody's got to pick Joe. Somebody's got to pick Justin at this point. Like
Hmm. Yeah.
they're feeling lonely out there.
I mean, I would have picked one of them had I gotten in, but I lost my last game, so it's not up to me. Unless anybody wants to drop out at the last minute, but no. I'm kidding.
uh, so there we have it. We do have the participants in order. At this point, though, let's go ahead and so we are. I am going to shuffle up the bracket just a little. We're going to do a randomizer to essentially randomize who's going to be playing off in the bracket. So that way, again, like Matt Harrison Trainer will not be facing off against Justin and
Right. He
Jeff
doesn't get the
necessarily in the second round. They're not.
right.
That still could happen, but it's not set in stone. So what I'm going to do is to make it fair, I'm going to bring up a random number generator, and so it's
Basically, we're just playing for slots on the bracket right now. So
exactly.
1 through 8. Yeah.
So it's going to be 1 through 8, and we're going to I'm going to spin it. So it's going to be and it's going to be 1 through 8. So like and they'll be like so if Matt gets the first number, he'll be in the number 1 spot. So let's go ahead and bring that over onto the screen. We have a number wheel because why not?
Ooh, fancy.
So let's go ahead and make it a little bit bigger so our audience can see it. Okay, so our number 1 seed will be.
No whammy, no whammy, no whammy. Okay.
It is going to be Timo in the number 1 slot. So, you know what? I should actually do the smart thing and break open
Bracket.
well, I was going to say a Word document, but
That works too.
just so we can put it in there for now. So, and then number 2 be the 8 seed. So that is the Joe and Justin. We already have Timo, so. And then number 3 will be number 3, so that's Sam. Number 4. Oh, we already have that one. Really didn't think this through with the keeping the numbers on there. Okay, number 4 will be the Matt Harrison Trainer matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5 will be Brad Kipple. And number 6 is Ryan Jelson versus Greg Shaw.
We just need one more for that last spot. All right.
Who are we missing?
I think we're missing a 5 and a 6.
There. So number 7 is our 5th seed. Casey and Pat. So the bracket is set. So now I'll move this over here. Let me get my Word document. Okay, so number 1.
See if we get this lined up right.
So let's go bring up the bracket. So it is going to be Timo and just shy. Joe and Justin. So it's going to be Sam and JD up here. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Joe and Justin are here at number 2.
Yeah.
Sam is number 3. So it's going to be Sam and JJD. Okay, Matt is in his spot where he should be. Brad will be number 5.
Okay, so that's up there. Yep.
And Brad went with Patrick's.
Blackfire. Yep.
Okay, number 6 is the Ryan Jelson Greg Shaw. Number 7 is Casey and Mr. Anthony Michael Howard. That means number 8 is Pat and Jeff.
And then, yes, the brackets do stay fixed going forward. So the bracket's randomized to start with, but afterwards, so you're projecting out your first, second round matchups.
So, yes, Batmouse. So going forward, so Casey will play the winner of Joe and Justin.
Yeah, so the bracket stays. We don't shuffle again. Decks are locked. Now you can submit different lists for top 16 and top 8. That's all you have to submit up front. And then there'll be other decks you'll submit. If you make it to the final 4, you can submit your final 4 list and your finals list.
I'm joking with you, Batmouse. I do have confidence in you. I also have confidence in Casey. I can't root against anybody. I mean, honestly, I can't. I'm not going to be rooting for anybody. You are one of my friends. You're my teammates. So, but MHT is saying it's a little bit different than that, Chris.
Do I have that wrong with the deck submissions? You don't have to submit all 4 of them up front.
You submit all deck lists 1 round ahead of time.
I could have sworn. Hang on. Let's go find the playoff rules.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the playoff rules either, but I will say this is our bracket.
He changed the format this year. I didn't see that he changed it on Tuesday. I was looking at the old one. So rather than the 16 plus 8 and 4 plus 2 format we used last year, players will submit their lists 1 round ahead of time. Okay.
Okay. Cool.
So slightly different.
So, but yes, this is our bracket going forward. Again, there will be a bracket submission, a bracket predicting contest. We will talk to our local marketing advocate / Mike Kessling to see about prizes for that. But yeah, and like Chris said, we'll try to get all the games streamed. So if you are, being that you are in the top 16, we'll get a thing going so that way you can tell us when you're going to be submitting your playing your games as well. But this is your top 16, everybody.
Well, congratulations to everyone on making it this far. Best of luck advancing, and looking forward to doing some commentary on these games whenever possible and getting them all over to YouTube where you can find the replays. So that way everyone has the same knowledge of what happened and what transpired.
Okay. So I think that's all we got for tonight, everybody. Again, thank you for joining us. It is always a pleasure. Until next time, until we get into our top 16 games, everybody enjoy yourselves. Be safe out there. And as always, may the force be with you. Good night, everybody.